Hello, howdy, folks. BRAiNStORM is tired. BRAiNStORM has been tired enough to talk about himself in the first person, but I don't have the same enthusiasm and been burning the candle at both ends. And a few, shall we say, a few jobs that I have. Yeah. So, I'm sitting here at twice daily and waiting for a Doordash order because that's probably the only place I'm going to get one this late. It's sometime after 2 a.m. on Tuesday. Yep. I have to go to my regular job in a short while, and yeah, so just gonna sit here on the live stream. Why not? Try to double entertain myself. Have a decent Wi-Fi here at Twice Daily. We've done stuff here before, reviewed some of their stuff. I don't have any snacks. Don't have a drink. Don't have a snack. And I'm sure there's something in the snack box I got back there, but yeah, just don't have the enthusiasm as I usually do, put it that way. So I'm gonna get on here and be all like a little morbose or boring. Super unhappy. No, that's alright. I'm not unhappy. I'm blessed. I'm a blessed guy. I'm a blessed individual. I'm happy to have what I have, and I'm thankful to the Lord above. All the blessings you doth give, Lord, and thank you. But yeah, we're door dashing. It's one of the side gigs that I have. You gotta make ends meet where you can. Everybody's finding it tight these days, and it's difficult to keep things going, especially when everybody's getting these things in the mail talking about how your health care is going to go up next year as exorbitant amount. How so many things conspire to take your energy, time, enthusiasm, money away from you. Hi guys, thanks for showing up. This is going to be an unusual BRAiNStORM snack attack live, perhaps because I have no snack to share. That's sort of a cardinal rule that I'm breaking, but frankly, I'm low on funds right now. I'm not saying that to get sympathy or any kind of commentary, but it is what it is. I actually do not seem to be able to see the comments again, so I'm convinced that I've done lives from this twice daily before. I've done lives from this before, so I think that they must have some kind of apparatus in their connection of the internet. Thanks for the thumbs up. Um, they must have some kind of thing to prevent me from being able to see comments. Because this is the twice now where I've done a live stream from this twice daily and not been able to see y'all's comments. So I know y'all's commenting. I know y'all are because I can see the top fans listed. So let's see. See, I see top fans listed. Diego, a couple other good folks. Appreciate y'all commenting. They are hanging out, giving me a thumbs up. Just kind of commiserating with me as I'm being sort of like trying to cheer myself up, I suppose. And I wish I could see y'all's comments, but they would be cheerful. Probably a few fart jokes in there. So it might be a blessing. I'm really not in the mood for people to talk about fart jokes or politics or some other stupid, you know. Jesus does love me. I'm aware of that. He loves you too, by the way. I am a blessed individual. I may be working 3 or 4 jobs, and I may burn the candles at both ends. I had 3 hours of sleep last night, the night before, Sunday going into Monday, and then Monday going into Sunday, I had another 3.5 hours. So I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I got worked my second job yesterday and DoorDash, and trying to get everything else done that I possibly can, because Monday is my busy day as far as being able to go on errands. I got a doctor's appointment I got to squeeze in there today, so I need to make a copay. It's just $25 copay, which I don't have, and I need gas money, which I don't have, and I don't have money for snacks either, so that's why I don't have a snack to share with y'all. I'm not trying to say all that to get sympathy or anything. Just pray for me. That's all I can ask you for. I know people are coming in and leaving. We got 2 thumbs up. You know, that kind of cheers me up a little. But that's what I'm looking for. Just hanging out with y'all for a minute. It's not as good because I can't see y'all's comments. It really sucks. But it is what it is. I'd give y'all each a shout out. I'd love to see your names and comments. But I'll have to. I thought the first time that I did a live stream from here that I couldn't see the comments. Maybe it was an error, my error. But obviously it's not. It's obviously the location. So, you do what you can do when you do what you do. But it is good. I'm never disappointed when I get on these live streams. It's always fun. But the best part of them is to connect with people and be able to see the names and say, hey, the people that are kind, and even kind of like shake my head at the people who just want to say negative things or be trolls to drag their knuckles through the live stream. But it never is disappointing. If you ever want to be a YouTuber and you have a struggle with getting subscribers and or the watch hours are the worst, live streams like this, especially these days, vertical live streams like this, are great ways to get watch hours. A good 20-30 minute live stream every day can get you about 4 to 5 watch hours easy. 4 to 5 that's not much. But like if you did say 4 of them a week, that's 20 watch hours. And you got to get 4,000 watch hours, I know, in a given 365 day year. But it's doable. That's how I got my watch hours. It's also good to make YouTube friends. People who are just watching your content, or also friends who are YouTubers making their own content. It's a great way to learn, to ask questions in a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to struggle to achieve that magical mountain of monetization on YouTube, YPP. But it's not all it's crapped out to be. Just because you're monetized don't mean you make any money, because you don't. Not really, unless you're getting thousands and thousands and thousands of views, you're not really making any money. Did you know that you have to bank $100 in ad revenue in YouTube's coffers before they will give you a payout? So even with donations and ad revenue or any other kind of stream of revenue, like merch, commissions on merch or whatever, that you help, whatever. So all that adds up. So by the end of the month, you make $100 in the coffer, they'll give you a payout. But if you're a little tiny like me, you don't get nothing because you might get this month, because I've concentrated on horizontal videos and doing these live streams like this. I've actually made $28 this 1 month. And that's a lot, because usually it would take me 3 or 4 months to make that much. And so I have made better. That's a good thing. I made better, but only through a concerted effort to do more horizontal videos have I made more money. And it's only through people making donations every now and then, which is awesome. I'm not asking for that, though. People's money's precious, too. We all got to work, and we all got bills that are not getting any cheaper. They're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and our money's worth less and less and less. And I don't mean to get on here and be mopey and depressing, because who wants that? There's enough of that in the world. Again, I wish I could see y'all's comments, but I cannot. If you're wondering, I cannot. There's a lot of folks commenting now, though. I can see the names. The ones I can actually read, I'll go say Melanie, Bende, Sherry, John, Diego, some new folks, some people who are already subscribers and friends of the channel. So what's the point in doing this, right? I'm not in the best of moods. Obviously, I don't have snacks or snack money, but I have gas, I have time, and I have a Doordash account. So I'm Doordashing. I'm not gonna sit on my butt waiting for somebody to give me a handout. I'm not gonna choose what I'd love to be sleeping, but in a very short time, I have to pick my son up from work. Um, and he doesn't have a car, and he helps me pay bills, so I'm not going to complain about that. I'm going to do what I can. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the donation. That really means a lot. I'm not sure who did that, and I wish I could say thank you personally, but that is nice. I don't care. Even the smallest amount always helps. It helps cheer me up anyway. But that's not what this is all about, guys. I do appreciate it, but it's not. It's not what it's about. Um, yeah, because it's like I said. I'm just door dashing. I'm not here. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna stay live until I get an order, and I may never get one. So we'll do a long live, and I'll just be a long diatribe. It'll be a one-way diatribe because I can't see y'all's comments. I wish I could see y'all's comments, but somehow there's some kind of prevention in this Wi-Fi that I'm using with the what you call it? It's twice daily. That's right. Yep, twice daily. It's kind of boring. I can't see y'all's comments. You think I'm bored right now? You think I'm boring watching me yammer on, and I'm not even doing any snacking. I'm just doing all the yakking. And I know it's boring. I get it. But I'm hanging out here with my good buddy, my ride or die Eeyore. Could Eeyore get some love? And then he got his buddy Hans. Hans is Squishmallow, if you didn't know. But Eeyore is my ride or die. He's been riding with me in every vehicle that I've had for decades. He's my bud. He likes it when you scratch him behind the ears. Yeah, you like that, don't you, fella? All right. Eeyore's my spirit animal, okay? He and I are akin to the same misunderstanding we feel in the world. He's a little sun-bleached, but he is my buddy. So, can Eeyore get a thumbs up? I can't see much, okay? I can't see your comments. I can see how many people are here. I can see I've got 4 thumbs up, and I can see I got a $1 donation and no rubies today, but that's all I can see. I can see the top pans if I push this little button. And I have Michael, Alexa, John, Sherry, Melanie, Johnny D. I can see a lot of folks who are listed as the top commenters, but I cannot see the comments, unfortunately. I know that's a bit boring for me, so I can imagine it's boring for you. But if you're here, and if you love Eeyore, if you want to show Eeyore some love, give me a thumbs up. How about that? I can see those. At any rate, we're just chilling here at Twice Daily. No agenda. No coinage for snacks right now. I have gas in the truck, and I have time, and I have phone with the Doordash active. So I'm hoping to get an order so I can actually buy a drink or something like that. And I'm not sad or morose about that. That's fine. God is good. He has blessed me with breath in my body, and I did get some sleep tonight. So I have an awesome son who makes twice as much money as I do at any of my jobs. And you say, why don't you work there where he does? I could work there, but that's a hard labor job, and I'm an old guy, and what I do is not always labor intensive, but it ain't not labor intensive at times. Working a managerial position with a lot of young kids, and I love working with the young high school kids because they're awesome. They're good kids, and they like to. There's always something redeemable about the kids that you work with, high schoolers on up to college age, and it's always sad to see them move on when they get careers or they finish school or they move on and they get better jobs, because they don't get necessarily good pay, but or hours where we work. But I do enjoy working with them and seeing them grow and mature. And while sometimes their work ethics are not so great when they start out, you can see the evolution that they have, the evolution of their work ethic or who they are as they gain confidence. And that's always a proud papa moment for me to see these kids come in. They've never had a job in their life. They never really were had to have responsibility other than a few chores or cleaning the room or something like that. They're making their own money now. They're driving now maybe, or they're in school and they're like hanging out and they maybe don't have a lot of friends or whatever. They don't have a lot of confidence in their own skills and abilities, and maybe they struggle at first to figure out their footing, which is anywhere we go, right? But these young kids, um, you just got to encourage them. You got to kind of mentor them. You got to be a sage, oh no, a scribe on the side, not a sage on the stage. You show them through your own work ethic. That's the best way to reach young children. Young children. That's the way to reach young people these days. That sounds like an old fart. But you reach young people by not being afraid to do the same thing yourself that you're asking them to do. If I'm asking them to do something unpleasant or to clean something that's not necessarily fun, I want to do it too to show them that I'm also just like one of them. That's the best way to manage, is to by example. It's the best way to inspire young people, is to show them they can do it and work with them and encourage them in their small victories. So maybe they struggle at some things. Maybe they don't get things right. Maybe they're always late, or they're always goofing off or whatever. It's like toddlers. You can't really help it. You can't really help it because sometimes jobs are boring. Sometimes they're stressful. Sometimes they are for me. I get looking at my phone at work too, and get lost in the whole doom scroll type thing because you get kind of bored at work. I get that, and we all suffer that. I always think that old people didn't know anything. Young people think old people are stupid. They don't know nothing. They have no clear clueless, and we are. But we've been there where you are, just by sheer whatever. We've been there. I've been your age. And I'm still somewhat tuned into the zeitgeist of what it's like to be frustrated with people and situations, just like young people are. Just because we're older don't mean we're not frustrated, that we're not locked in or honed in our own types of personal hell sometimes that we create for ourselves. We can be our own worst critics in life and our own best enemy, our best friends and our own worst critics. And teenagers are the worst. I'm glad that my thought processes, my drives, so to speak, are a lot less. I don't care what people think of me. Whereas when you're young like that, how you dress, how you look, what people think of you is so paramount, so important to you. And that's like, I tell them all the time, it's like, don't forget to have fun along the way, but it's all right. You're going to stress out. I get it. I stress out. But it's okay to have fun along the way. It's okay to fail. That's what erasers are for on pencils. It's okay to do something wrong as long as you admit that maybe if you messed up, even if you don't believe you messed up, even if someone else has caused you to mess up, they told you the wrong way to do something, or you tried to get help and nobody would listen, or whatever. Even if it's really indirectly or directly someone else's fault that you messed up, the best thing to do in work life and in personal life is to like recognize that, okay, I could have handled that better. You're not saying that you're not admitting you were wrong. You're not admitting you're at fault. But you can admit that, hey, I could have handled that better, and use it as a learning situation. And that's the best thing I try to get with these kids. It's like, I want to be a good example to them of someone who, and I'm not perfect. I don't have the best work ethic either. I goof off and I walk slow and I'm old and decrepit. But I want to try to be a better example to them and show them, hey, you can achieve something. Just got to do it. Ambition is a good thing, but also admission that you have a lot to learn. The recognition that, hey, there's situations I can be in. Every job, every personal situation, every relationship we have can be a building block, a tool for you to learn from. Find value in whatever situation you're in. Right now, sitting here feeling kind of bleh, don't have money for snacks. I'm Doordashing at 2:30 a.m. in the morning at my time after getting 3 hours of sleep. I'm not in the best of moods, but I'm trying to find value in the situation by sharing with y'all. I didn't plan this. The title of this video is Doordash live stream till I get a Doordash order. Well, I haven't got one yet, but at least I can Doordash. I mean, I don't have a dime to my name right now. Well, I might have a dime somewhere in this car, but I don't have a snack or drink right now. But I could get one. I could, there's a lot of ways to do something and get something, but I'm choosing to sit here, and it's a nice weather right now. It's nice brisk weather. I'm choosing to share the positive. I'm like, I got Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is apparently taking away my ability to see your comments. So I'm sorry I can't see your comments. I wish I could. I wish I could see every one of your cheery comments, because they would cheer me up. They would probably also make me shake my head at the knuckle-dragger trolls in the society that find it amusing to say fart jokes or other random garbage that you might not even see because YouTube won't let the messages go through. But anyway, I see how train of thought I am. But, it is what it is. But I love to work with young people and to see them evolve and see them mature. Like, they might work there with us for 2+ years while they're in high school, and maybe like the first years when they go to college, so they go off somewhere into a big college. They might go locally or community college or whatever. But I get to see them grow. You might only see them during their work times because we're not friends, we're not socially connected, but I can hear about their week. I can be mindful about maybe want to share what they're going through. Maybe they have a question to ask me, but I'm not going to go and be nosy and berate them and get on to them. Like, if they mess up, I'm going to tell them and try to explain to them and what went wrong, what they could have done better. And not because I know better, not because I'm the genius or smart guy, just because I've learned things along the way that I want to share. Now, I've learned it by attrition and osmosis, just like the next person. People had to teach me for the same reason when I was their age and when I was young, coming up, not wanting to listen, not believing anybody had anything to say to me. Sometimes, though, it's just to be a positive adult influence. I like to be juvenile. I'll joke with them. I'll do the, just as much goofing off as they do sometimes. But at the end of the day, I hope that they respect me and they gain some positivity from my influence or my relationship with them, even if it's just a work relationship, that I'm going to be able to put upon them that they have value in their job environment, in their personal life, and that they just need to recognize that value themselves, and that the value that you let others give you is where we go wrong. We should not, like Eleanor Roosevelt had a really good quote that I read one time that stuck with me forever and a day, that no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. If you let them make you feel inferior, if you let someone put your value on you, and that's what you are here to, then you've already lost. So what people think of you may be important to you, especially your friends and family and loved ones. But at the end of the day, the value that you have is the one that you give yourself. Because at the end of the day, those people are not always with you, or even your family's not always theirs, but you are always with you. That's kind of corny. But you are the one you have to answer to. Now, I believe in a higher authority, the good Lord above. I believe we also have to answer to him. He gives us life. He gives us blessings. He gives us inspiration. He gives us everything that's around us. But it's mankind that creates trash, not God. We create trash. We create refuse. We create misery and despair in ourselves. God doesn't create that for us. And we can come to him for guidance and ask him for wisdom, discernment. You can have wisdom if you don't have discernment. Discernment is the ability to recognize that you have value, that the value in a situation, or the positivity and the ability to use wisdom that you might have earned through just being old and by attrition, by the wrinkles that you naturally, the grooves in your soul, so to speak. Like we're all records on a spinning wheel, I think. And the huge record is constantly turning. And the little needle is not playing our song of who we are. It's etching our song on the record. And as we get spinning slowly towards the middle, when we're running out of space on that great record wheel, we still have time to keep etching our story. We keep etching our story on that record wheel. It's cutting those grooves into that record that God's going to play back for us one day. And we see the whole record, the whole account of who we were and how we treated people and how we helped others find the positivity in their own works, in their own life. And that's pretty profound, I think. So I try to, like I said, I try to share the positive in every situation. I try to instill in others a positive outlook, because you can be negative, you can be defeatist, you can refuse to get up out of bed because you don't want to, and you can leave it at that. But or you can get up and you can take your son to work, and you can chill out at Twice Daily, trying to I gotta go work at my other job in a little while. He'll get off at 10 something. So I dropped him off at 2, 8 hours from now or so. I'll have to pick him back up. And I could go home probably for like 2 or 3 more hours and sleep before I have to go to my real job. But why not go live? And why not go live while I'm door dashing to try to add some more positivity, because we need funds. I need money. I need gas money. I need grocery money. Everybody needs money. I'd love to go buy some wings right now at this Twice Daily, because you got a whole menu of food that you can get all night, all day here at Twice Daily gas stations. But can't do that right now. I have to actually have an order that I run and do before I can do that right now. And the only time I ever get orders this late, unfortunately, in this city anyway, is at this Twice Daily gas stations. There are like 2 or 3 of them in this town, but I'm parked at this one right now. And I cannot see your comments, by the way. I haven't failed to mention that time and time again. I wish I could see your comments. I know that you are commenting. I can see thumbs ups. I can see names on the top fans. There's a lot of names. There's 31 names now who've commented, but I cannot see y'all's comments. I wish I could. It is not good, but I can't. Thank you. I've gotten 15 thumbs ups. That's pretty cool. I mean, even got a $1 donation that I acknowledged earlier, but I don't know who donated it, but I am appreciative about that. So, we still haven't gotten an order yet. There's a doggy. Hello, doggy. He's out scavenging for him. He doesn't have a collar on, poor fella. I hate seeing animals in distress. And not that he is necessarily. He looks pretty happy. But I hate seeing animals that are like pinned up. Especially dogs. They get pinned up in pens, or they get chained up. And I hate to see that. Because how is that positive? How is that? Because you're like keeping some animal trapped for your own amusement. I mean, I admit that a lot of, especially dogs, they can't just roam free, or because they're going to roam into, and cats are bad enough, but at least they're somewhat less destructive than dogs. Dogs will just go everywhere, bark at everything, attack everything if they're so inclined. Get ran over so much easier, so it's not conducive, But, if your family members have allergies, like mine do, you can't have them in the house. And you can pin them up on a porch. Oh, look, I have an order at the top. So, y'all have a blessed day. This was alive until I got an order. So, I do have an order, and that's another positive. So, y'all have a good one, guys. Get out there and taste the spice of life, because you never know what you know. I challenge you, each and every one of you, to try the new each and every day. We went 30 minutes. I made some good observations. Maybe it helped y'all. I hope so. Y'all have a blessed day. See you next time. Bye-bye. God loves you. Never forget that.